We all know The Mandalorian Season 2 and all the quote-unquote leaks we've been seeing for the past few months, and even just pretty much for the whole year really, because October is very, very close. And either way, there's been something on Reddit I'm after finding about a quote-unquote leak for pretty much what will happen throughout the season, and I thought it'd be fun to sit down and just kind of talk about it really, so that is why the video is being made. So if you do want to enjoy this video and you want to see more videos like this in the future, you can leave a like and you can subscribe if you want to, and turn on post notifications to get notified every time a video does come up, and it will show up in your sub box if you do turn on the post notifications, I think. So with that being said, let's get into it. The first point is, Baby Yoda's species and origin are apparently revealed early on, in episode 2 or 3, and also his name is revealed. I mean, I'm quite happy with that. There is Yoda's species in general being very iffy because Yoda's a great character, right, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of nice because you don't know too much about Yoda's species, and overall for me, I'm quite happy with that. It's just something over the past few years it's been very just fun not to know and not to speculate, not to learn about, but I mean, if it ever does happen, I'm quite happy with it happening in The Mandalorian Season 2, if that makes sense. The next point says, George Lucas was apparently consulted about this, and he was even allowed to name the species. I think that's a great idea. I think George Lucas doing anything for Star Wars is just brilliant because it is his story of all things, so that is why Legends to me is pretty much canon in a sense, because it is still his story even though Disney bought it. It's very iffy. It just depends what you consider canon and what you consider Legends, and it's just very iffy. The next quote-unquote leak is Bo-Katan apparently has a lot of screen time. I mean, I'm quite happy with this. There's been rumors going around for the past maybe years, well, that Ahsoka will show up, that Sabine will show up, that Bo-Katan will show up, but I do think Bo-Katan showing up is very likely because in canon, she was the last person before Moff Gideon to have the Darksaber, so I think there is a perfect just opportunity to even have just a backstory as to what could happen there. And honestly, I'm a massive fan of Bo-Katan, and then Moff Gideon I'm very interested in because it's been teased. We'll know the information is in the backstory of the Darksaber, and then on top of that, Moff Gideon isn't who we actually think he is, so I think there is somehow a connection to someone, but I don't really know who that could be or if he's even Force sensitive, which, I mean, to be honest, it wouldn't surprise me at this stage. The next two bullet points say Boba Fett arrives later on, and he betrays the Mandalorian at some point for his own gain. I think this works perfectly for Boba Fett, and I think even in Season 1 Episode 5, I don't remember the name, it was pretty much in Tatooine anyway, it was very much hinted or teased that Boba Fett would be showing up because somehow we get to see this person come up, not technically on screen as in his face on screen, but there was a Boba Fett theme I'm pretty sure played, and then on top of that you have his iconic boots making a sound, so if that isn't teasing Boba Fett, I have no idea what actually could be teasing Boba Fett, you know what I mean? It's just brilliant. Boba Fett, to me anyway, is probably one of my favourite bounty hunters, and I think he actually might be my favourite. Django's up there, and Bossk up there, but it's just going to be great to see Boba Fett in just canon doing something, because in Legends, he is a badass. He literally fights Vader, I'm pretty sure, with a lightsaber, I think, at some stage, but either way, he does fight Vader, and it's just badass. The Season 2 logo is green, and Baby Yoda has a lot more screen time. I mean, I don't really have anything to complain about here, even to comment on, really. I think the whole title, or even the screen time, what was it? It was the logo was green. I think that's great and all, but it doesn't really affect the story pretty much anyways, just to show a different color, just show off a different style. I mean, I don't have anything to actually say there. Baby Yoda getting more screen time, I mean, I'm quite happy with that. It's bound to happen because we're going to be learning about his origins, his story, pretty much how he's Force sensitive, everything there, and I think it's literally going to be brilliant. The Mandalorian saves Baby Yoda again, this time from his own people. I don't really have anything to comment on this one. I think this is pretty much simple, it's straightforward. I obviously did think this would happen eventually, but I don't really care too much about this. I think it would be great for storytelling. The season ends on a cliffhanger with Ahsoka Tano showing up. This is very controversial because this goes directly against all the rumors where she'll show up with a blue lightsaber, where she'll have Anakin's lightsaber or something, and honestly I think that's, I mean, to be honest, if Ahsoka shows up in a cliffhanger, I wouldn't really mind too much as long as she shows up eventually in live action. But in saying that, she's already technically in live action from The Rise of Skywalker, so, you know, it's very iffy. I just want to see Ahsoka Tano show up in a different TV show, maybe even for some time in The Bad Batch in 2021, whenever that show comes out. It was confirmed, by the way. That was pretty much like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. It was great news anyway. Now the last quote-unquote leak is, there are more episodes than the previous season, and the leaker did not specify how many. I mean, to be honest, I think this is good as long as the whole season does come out over the whole everything happening in the world. I'm not going to say the name just because YouTube might do something, but either way, I mean, honestly, I think at the current stage, it might happen, it might not happen. As long as the whole show comes out as general, I think everyone will be happy. But in saying that, everyone wants to see the full season, and I do think maybe a week or two before everything happened and just shut down or closed down, they did end up filming, or they did end up completing it, so we're all good. It will come out sometime in October, which October is pretty much stacked for content because we have the Mandalorian Season 2, and then we have this Lego game, which I'm not really interested in, but I'm pretty sure that had a leak actually like a day or two ago about something about the title screen or the loading screen or something was leaked. And then I don't know if you really care about this one, but there is Star Trek as well that comes out in October, which October in general is just stacked for TV, but next year we will pretty much feel this because it's going to be very dry next year for TV shows. And well, movies, it will be stacked for movies, but for TV it will be very dry. Now there is no more rumors or quote unquote leaks to go over in the video because I'm after reading them all off. I would like to know what you think about this, or the rumors, or pretty much rumors, whatever you want to call them, in the comments down below what you think about them. And if you did go on to enjoy this video and you want to see more news or rumor videos, you can subscribe and turn on post notifications for just get notified every time a video does come out. Leave a like on the video. I'm not sure if I said that, just pretty much after forgetting that. But either way, this is all just take it with a grain of salt because this is more than likely not going to happen, or some of this will happen but not in the correct order or something like that, which to be honest I don't really think it's possible for everything that is quote unquote leaked to be just confirmed. I don't think that's ever going to happen ever for any TV show, but I mean the season 2 logo being green is quite possible. That could actually happen. Boba Fett arriving will probably happen. George Lucas pretty much just being involved somehow will probably happen to some degree. And then something about pretty much Ahsoka Tano showing up, that is very iffy in a sense because that isn't confirmed. That is pretty much a big rumor and big thing everyone is hoping for. But that's enough of me speaking for today's video, so with all of that being said, I do hope you have a great day and may the Force be with you.